wanted it to get, to raise awareness. So there's a mothership out there. Do a lot of other people think there's a mothership out there? We most definitely do, and more than one, and quite possibly more than one type. Did they send probes out? Absolutely. They're in the skies. People have seen them all over the place. Take, for instance, the black cubes. They're in the sky. And if you remember the last video that we did on this YouTube channel, let me show you about the arrival. We documented the arrival of these UFOs. We did. Let me see if I've got it. If you come over here, this was 3 months ago. We ran into these cubes right here in the South Pacific Ocean, right there. And we noticed the cubes came out of the sun, and they were intelligent. There were white ones and there were black ones. And they also come out right here, out of the coronal holes inside the sun. Now, these would have to be enormous. If you compare them to the size of Earth, they would. But the Borg, you all, let's think about the Borg. But then this right here showed up on the Canada-France-wide telescope. These just so happen to match what is coming out of the sun, NASA's product, in clusters. It's different groups of them at a given time out of the coronal holes of one particular product that they have. And let me see if we can pull it up really fast, one particular product, because we documented it so many times. And it was like a complete match that we had seen it, if we can find it. And if you're just tuning in, thank you. I don't have the comments pulled up. I don't, but it's okay. Is there activity at the observatories that looks kind of strange? Yeah, there really is some activity going on at the observatories that look kind of strange, because you know they put the one camera down to where you couldn't see it, like without having to go to it. They put that one down. See, now look right here. I want to show you this right here. This is NASA's product right here. These are ships. And what if these, now let's say, what if these ships right here that come out of the sun, which just so happen, you know, to match the cubes, like, where, Gina, you've already, I've already closed it. These right here come out of the sun, just so happen to match the Canada-France-wide telescope, the shapes that are in there. Coming out of the sun, you can see there's different groups. They come out at different times. And it's highly probable, it is happening, that they're flying around the Earth. And, you know, what if these are like, I don't know, bigger, these are like motherships or something. Or maybe when they get to the Earth, they shrink themselves down somehow. Okay, what if they kind of do you well? So we can see stuff like that. We can. But the Pentagon chief says, alien mothership in our solar system? Yeah, it's quite possible. Sending out probes. Of course, it's probably sending out probes. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining in. So let's look at this, you all. This is the Army Times right here. Of course, they use this right here. They use the image right here, the typical flying saucer that looks like that, to beam me down, beam me up right here. That's the Pentagon. Right there is possibility that extraterrestrial motherships and smaller probes may be visiting planets in our solar system. Earth just so happens to be one of them that they're probably visiting. Really, in all actuality, they are here. We've seen them. They cloak themselves in the clouds. They have wonderful cloaking technology, which they do. Look, the Pentagon's, the head of the Pentagon's Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Research Office noted in a report that they shared on Tuesday, an artificial interstellar object could potentially be a parent craft that releases many small probes during its close passage to Earth, an operational construct not too dissimilar from NASA's mission, said the Pentagon's all-domain anomaly resolution research paper. So an artificial interstellar object releasing many small probes. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But I remember back in 2019, come right over here, is when the Science Channel first brought this out. The arrival. Let's listen to what it says, you all. And I've been here so many times, well, not too many. The arrival has ended. A swarm of small spacecraft depart their huge mothership, and they hover in our atmosphere. The ships open up their hatches, and they deposit thousands of mysterious pods on Earth's surface. Are they a message, a gift, or a weapon? So, do you remember seeing this, you all? Because it did happen. And look at this. Look at this. Let's show you this. I think it's going to zoom it up close. Surely, I've taken pictures of this thing right here. So this is how they're going to lift. They're going to release them. Watch the shaft on this, you all. What if this is not make believe? What if this actually did happen? This is the Science Channel. The people, well, they can actually see it with their eyes. You can see in these little probes, they're falling onto the Earth, and they just so happen to form a grid-like pattern on the Earth. A grid-like pattern on the Earth. They can see them right here. You can see what shapes they look like. I can't do it right, just like that. So this happened. That happened. And they didn't know what to think about it, okay, because they got a mysterious signal that came from space. They did. And they were trying to figure it out. Absolutely trying to figure it out, you all. And then, you know, something happens. They talk about if we were to get something like that happening, an invasion or something, it could be like microbes, little microbes and stuff. But really, the Pentagon. So we got the Pentagon. Say it was investigating unidentified objects of interest around military installations. Well, obviously, if you got unidentified objects of interest around military operations, military installations, well, these things that departed from a mothership, they must be military-like craft themselves if they're hovering around the military installations. Okay, they're on a reconnaissance mission is what they're doing. And look at this, the Oumuamua. The Oumuamua was the term for scout. So they saying that could possibly be like a mothership, you all. We've done a video on that, several videos on the Oumuamua also. So you have to ask yourself, why do they got, you know, they bringing it out, they're letting the people know. Why don't they tell them, look, Arrow provides an opportunity to integrate and resolve the threats and hazards to the U.S. while offering increased transparency. You better have some increased transparency to the American people, reducing the stigma that is related to it. So, do I think that this is the type of mothership that's up there in the sky? It could be one type. It really could be one type of a mothership. But this one that you see right here, released by the Science Channel, you ask yourself this question. Ask yourself this question. Please ask yourself this question. Why would the Science Channel, Gina, what are you doing? Kind of shrinking this right here. Why would the Science Channel 3 years ago, October the 4th of 2019, release this video like this? Why? There was no talk of aliens back then. There wasn't. It was all about something else, you all. All about something else. But you can see they disperse themselves all over the earth, and you know they can hide perfectly in the clouds. They really can. But you got the great big mothership. You got the people kind of terrified. You do. And what do we find in the clouds? Well, we find a lot of things in the clouds. We really do. A ton of things. Let me make sure this is back on me. Too many things, you all. There's too much going on in the skies, and there's been battles taking place. There has been. And they know what's going on. They know that something is here. Something is definitely here. Most definitely. Let me, there's really, What else can you say about it, really? What else can you say about it? They think that there's visitors. Do you think that there's visitors coming from the sun? Really? Is there like a mothership up there in the sky? Really? Is there a mothership in the sky like that? Like these? What are these? Are these motherships or are these probes? What are these? I know that for a fact they look like the things that showed up on the Canada, France, Hawaii telescopes. They did. Showed up on them. Just like this. But they're coming out of the sun. They're coming out of the sun. So, why aren't they talking about that? Really, ask yourself, why aren't you talking about these coming out of the sun? Because it just ties straight back in with what we were sharing. It does. We looked at the infrared camera from the Hawaii, Canada, France, Hawaii telescope. You can see there's some ships here too, right here. And you can also see that this, like whatever this is, like a flying squid, this right here looked like a squid in the sky. But you know what happens? They hush it. It looked much greater than that. Okay, it looked much greater than that. But this is an infrared telescope at the Canada, France, Hawaii telescope. And these show up. These show up. Well, these, look at them. See these? This was last night, I think, or maybe the night before. It's the days are running into one another. Look at them. Look how they're clustered. And then if we come over here, you can see these coming out of the sun, more or less the same type. So there's a mothership here, and I'm thinking the scout ships have already done their job, because now these, if you would compare them to Earth, they're probably supposed to be really big, really, really big. You've got some more coming out over here, and we've documented all of this on this channel. All of these are documented on NASA's ISWA. Is where they're documented, just like this. I want you to look at it. So is the Pentagon right in saying that they think there's a mothership out there in the solar system? Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, they're right. They're not the only ones who are saying it too, because we know that there is something here, right here in the skies, and it just so happens to match that right there, which just so happens to match, let's get some more just so happens to match these right here, except these are the white ones. They came out of the sun too. Look at them. They're intelligently designed. You can see they're intelligently designed. Do we have UFO craft? Absolutely we do. That's one during a solar event. Look at them, you all. If this was just particles, how would they know how to line up like this? Really? And this is the inverted mode. You can see them right here. Inverted mode. These are flying to Earth. Okay, they're flying back and forth to Earth. Let me make sure I'm on here, you all. Let me make sure I'm over here on you with you all. We're over here, you all. So they're flying back and forth to Earth. Where are we at? Right here. They're coming out of the sun. They're coming out during a solar eruption. See, isn't this interesting? So when I inverted the yellow sun image, it changed it to blue, and then they were black. So are we to say that this imagery from NASA, the blue sun, is actually the inverted mode? Are we to come to that conclusion? Are we? Because these white ones that came out, they turned black coming out of the sun. Now, granted, this is just a filter right here of NASA's product. It's just a filter. And this is the inverted mode of what I did. So, now see, this is the first time I thought about, is this the inverted mode of the sun? And these are really like white ships that are coming out, but they wouldn't be able to see the white ships unless they inverted the sun's color and then they showed up black. And this is how they see them. So you can see it's a stereo ahead UV 171. Coming right out of the sun. You got some down here coming out of these coronal holes at the bottom also. They have many different filters. They do. So let's just go ahead and just hypothesize that this is NASA's inverted image, the negative to what the moon is really, the color of the moon. And these ships right here, what if they're not black? But then what if they are? What if they are cloaked? What if they're cloaked? Nonetheless, they coming out of the sun just like that. the sun, with UFOs, and let's get it, the sun, UFOs, and this is the Canada, France, Hawaii telescope right here. Canada, France, Hawaii telescope. While I've got you all on here, we're going to come over here to Google Earth. I'm going to show you where these are at. We're going to go to Google Earth. Y'all bear with me. It don't have to be long. We just got this all in a nutshell. We really do. We can do it. We're going to do it. You wait right there. Let's go. Let's take you to the Cube Island. Right here. Let's go to the Cube Island. I want you all to see it. Right here. Cube Island. This is where these cubes are. So this would probably give you an idea of how big some of these cubes are. Can you see that? Or is it too dark and you all can't see it on here? But this is the cubes. There's like thousands, probably millions of cubes. And they are in the oceans too. They're just scattered abroad. You see, they would scatter all abroad around the earth, just like the things that came from the mothership in the Science Channel right here. You see that right next to me? The mothership. I don't think it'd be too far-fetched, but I find it strikingly synchronicity, some synchronicity going on in the 19th. The 2019, you got invasion. You got these probes coming to the earth, and you got stuff like this showing up. You got stuff like this showing up, and the Pentagon's now saying, well, there's probably, we think there's a mothership out there around the solar system. Well, it's found Earth. It found Earth. It sent its probes out. It did. Sent their tiny probes out, and the Canada, France, Hawaii telescopes, they're watching them too. They are. See them? And there's all kinds of them. There really are. All kinds of them coming out of the sun, just like this, just like that. And I would say that, yes. Yeah, it's here. It's got its probe. The probes are on the earth. That's what I would say. They're on the earth right now. They are. Let's come over here, you all. Since they're on the earth right now, we're getting the live chat is being cut. You can see right here, 422. They take it down to 240. This is controlled by the algorithm to keep the chat rate down. It is, because if they don't cut it, then the chats will probably be flying up the screen, you all. Flying right up the screen. The screen is blurry. Are you surprised that the screen is blurry? We're showing evidence. We're showing their own products that are documenting what they're talking about. That's what's happening. That's right. The dots, what if all the dots are clouds? What if they are? But they're not. They're not clouds. These, the dots are not clouds. Let me, this is what here's the clouds right here. Boom, on the Canada, France, Hawaii telescope. Infrared. It just so happens that this right here was just, I caught it at the right time. And then if you look down below, you can see what this image is supposed to look like. When it's not having something happen to it, it's going to look like, look. Boom. Then we got this. Came out of a square opening in the sun. We got black ones and we got white ones. So yeah, there's a probe. There's probes all over the earth. They're all in the sky. They're in the clouds. They're on the sun. Just like right here. They're coming out of the sun every single day of the week. Probably all day long, coming in and out of the sun. And probably from a great big mothership, just like we see right here. Like right here, the Pentagon, alien mothership in our solar system. This is from the Science Channel. They did a hypothetical scenario of what if a big mothership was out there and a big mothership released probes on the Earth. Really. This is 3 years ago. 3 years ago on the Science Channel. Right there, you can see it. Just like this, they got a signal that came, and I'll put this in here so you all can see it. Go there and watch it. It's pretty cool. I watched it a long time ago. I watched it when it first came out. Boom. It's pretty interesting. It's like, it's got some truth to it. Yep. Every single day. I am going to go, you all. I am. There's really not much more to say about what we're looking at. I think we all agree that there's something here. There really is something here. And that there's something in the skies. There is. And is it only this type right here? No. I've documented this type right here. I've taken pictures of this type right here in our skies. I have. Black Shardy. And there's like one solid black ship that showed up at the observatories too in Hawaii. I think November the 2nd. Right beside the observatories. And that was a big ship too. So I'm going to go. And with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, you all. Thank you for watching. Love you.